Here we are, today's installment of Cooking for Charles. We are going to make capered chicken. These are chicken thighs. You can do this with chicken breast, but I think the best tasting capered chicken is made with dark meat. So either chicken legs or chicken thighs, or if you have chicken leg quarters and cut the thighs and the legs apart, then you can have both. But I bought thighs. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the skin off the thighs because we don't want the fat with the skin. So we're just going to take it off. Okay, your next step is to prepare the pan for browning this meat. So I'm going to turn this pan on high and add some vegetable oil. That would be not palm, but enough to coat. You got that? You see how it's covering the bottom? I use a Teflon lined pan. I'm going to add a little bit more to that. And now while that's heating up, what we're going to do is we're going to take the plastic bag from the store and we're going to put some flour in there. Flour and garlic powder. I buy this at Macro. Garlic powder, not garlic salt. And let's see, I'm not someone to use measuring utensils much with cooking, but this is about 1/3 of a cup. Let's see where that puts us. So that's 1/3 of a cup of just regular flour. And that's what that looks like in the bag. I'm going to say for the number of pieces I have, which we'll count up in a minute here, but I've got a pretty good quantity of chicken, so I'm going to add probably another half of that 1/3 to that, just to make sure I have enough. Okay, and now we're just going to dump some of this garlic powder. Okay, so we're going to dump this in here. Abigail, did you want to show? Because I don't measure
Wait, let me
this.
get inside the bag here.
Alright, Abigail's in the bag instead of in the
Okay, bring it on.
Alright, that's good.
Okay, so you can see about how much that is there.
Yeah. And now we're going to shake that up.
So how much garlic powder would you say that was?
I don't know, maybe at least a tablespoon.
Okay. Now what are we doing?
We're going to put the chicken thighs or chicken drumsticks or chicken breast, whatever you're fancy.
Chicken feet, chicken head?
No, I wouldn't suggest those, but anyway.
How about stomach?
So you coat those. See how you coat those? We're going to put those with the meatiest side. These are thighs, so the meatiest side, most dense in here. That probably was not as hot as it should have been because it should, well, there's a little crackle in there. Okay, it looks like we're going to have a total of 9 pieces of chicken. That's probably a little bit more than you'll make, but that's okay. You can just scale back based on what you're going to make. You could always make this too and then freeze it for later. Okay, now what we're going to do is the chicken's been browning in the oil for a few minutes. You can see that it's starting to turn brown, so we're going to turn it over and brown it on the other side. Here's where you can see what part of your... Okay, so we've got them all turned over, and now we'll let them brown on the other side for a while. We've got mushrooms diced and garlic diced, and what we're going to do is we're going to put that in. I've done my best to find some empty space. You'll probably have a better time of it when you're not making 9 pieces of chicken. But we're going to push that right in there into the oil. Let that sit there for just a couple minutes so it gets sauteed.
Okay.
Now is the time when we're going to add the capers. This is a bottle that is about 100 grams, it says. We use for this size quantity of chicken, I'm going to use half a bottle of capers. Okay, so of course if you don't do this much chicken, you'll use less. But I'm just going to sprinkle those all around. Okay, so there are the capers. I'm also going to add 4 bouillon cubes, chicken bouillon cubes. This is what we use in the U.S. I think they'd be Knorr brand in Thailand. And then we're going to add some water because now this is going to simmer for quite a while. That's 1 cup of water.
This doesn't have to be bottled water, right?
Not in America, it doesn't.
Does it have to be bottled in Thailand?
I don't, but that's on your preference.
Okay, so you can use
Because it cooks
tap.
for a long time. That's 2 cups of water. Let's do 2.5 for this quantity. I'm going to put the bouillon cubes in. So, I should add that you don't have to, if you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to do mushrooms. This is definitely what you like. Like, we're going to add green beans later in this process. Sometimes I like to do eggplant. You could do zucchini, whatever vegetable of your choice. Now we're going to cover that. And it was on high before. Now we're going to take it down to about medium, about halfway. And it's going to simmer and boil. And you'll want to, in that 25 minutes or so of cooking time, you're going to want to turn that chicken over so that it cooks through totally. If you don't turn it over, it's only going to cook on that one side.
Okay.
Okay, now is a good time to turn the chicken over and also add whatever vegetable you're going to add. I'm adding beans this late because, well, let's turn the chicken first, but I don't want the beans to be overcooked. Something like eggplant could have been sauteed in the oil early on. That's what I do when I put eggplant in here. I saute it in the oil along with the mushrooms or much earlier than this. But I don't want the beans to be mushed, so we're going to add them now. Prepare the beans for us.
Very kind, I know. Amazing.
Alright, and now we'll just cover it back up again.
Alright.
Okay, this is a little soupy for me, so what I'm going to do, sometimes it's, it's going to be thick enough for you, but this is a little soupy. So the way that we remedy that is we take a little bit of cornstarch and cold water and mix it up so it's fully dissolved, and then we're going to pour it over here quickly, spread it evenly, and stir because this will thicken it up. It doesn't need to be a lot. Use as little water as possible because you are trying to thicken. So, because we are going to add a little bit of lemon juice to this too for flavor. You always mix the cornstarch with cold water because hot is what activates the thickening. So when you do it before adding to this, it's with cold water. Now this is 100% lemon juice, and I'm just going to add a bit like that. That should be good for flavor. You can always add more at the table too. Squeeze a Manao in there. Basically let it thicken up some, and then it's ready to serve with either rice or pasta, your choice.
Alright, thank you very much.
Clean food, good taste, beans are cut nicely. Beautiful cooked.